Welcome back to the Broker's Table. My name is Esther Stowell. We have Megan Pyrah and Megan Alsup with us today, and we're going to be talking about friendships. Specifically, friendships, blessings, boundaries, and betrayal. The real talk they don't post online. Megan and Megan.
Good to meet you, Megan.
Yeah.
So, true story, these two just met right now.
Yes.
And these two have a special place in my heart. Megan Alsup, I've known for over 15 years now. And Megan Pyrah, I just met and we instantly connected. And before we get started, I just want to thank you both for being here because I know that you have little ones at home and you can be with them right now, but you've chosen to give me some of your time. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate that. And I'm really grateful for your willingness to carve out some time to be here with me today to talk about friendships. Now, one of the reasons why I felt that it was important for me to have you both be here and talk about this is because you both have a different perspective of friendships, especially with me. You having known me for 15 years and you having just met me. So I would love to hear the different perspectives. And we're going to talk about in depth, just about more things that we are dealing with in our lives, with our work and everything else in between. So to get started, we're just going to say, you ever look at a friend and think, girl, are we growing together or are we just here for the snacks?
Depends on the snacks.
Right? It's so true. Is it brownies or is it chips? But whatever the case may be.
What store is it from? Like, how much are we investing in this relationship?
Yeah.
So true. So true. Okay. As we talked about, this episode is about friendship, the good, the bad, and the ghosted. Friendship is basically a group of project in adulthood, and half the group stopped replying.
I feel that.
Okay. At the Broker's Table, we talk faith, family, and the fine print of real life. So pull up your chair and join us, and let's get going on this. When you're 20, friendship is brunch. When you're 40, it's voice notes between chaos. The difference between social media friends and real life friends. Friends who loved old you but struggle with new you. What surprised you most about adult friendship? Megan Pyrah.
Oh, that it was harder than it was in kindergarten when everybody is friends and you can just run up to the playground and say, hey, let's be friends. It was harder that more people came and went and that I found that there were less people maybe in my circle reaching out to invite me to things, that it taught me things that it didn't teach me in kindergarten. I think that's been most surprising for me.
Interesting. What about you, Megan? Megan Alsup. Megan A, Megan P.
Yeah, that's me. Call me Maggie from the block. What has surprised me the most about friendships is the freedom that I have to be selective. I can put my time and energy into those who are investing in me.
Very true. I love both your answers.
Yes.
And I think I take both of those in, where there's some times where I see young children like connecting and being friends. And I still try to do the same thing, as you can see. Like the minute you talk to me, I'm like, great, we're going to be friends.
Yeah.
And I'll make time to do that. But we all have busy schedules. We have families, and that could be very, very difficult. But I like what you said. It allows you to be selective, to sort of, because now you have to worry more, not just about yourself. You have to worry about your children. How will this person fit with my children, what I want my children to see and emulate? How will whoever's attached to them also affect my offspring's,
Because we want them to model us.
We do.
So that's how they learn about relationships, is how I am with you, how I am with the rich.
Absolutely.
And also that feeling of safety.
Yeah. And I think that's like the scary part, which makes it in some way more difficult to make friends.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many more criterias that you have to check off before you can even allow that person to come into your true circle, which is where your family is, which is where your home is. So I love both your answers in that respect, and that you can't just do it the way you did it as a kid. You have to be more kind of more aware. Like you want to,
Yeah.
and then yours, okay, you got to be a little bit more selective. So that's very interesting. How do you tell when a friend is for a season versus your story? I'll have you start first.
Okay.
How much you guys invest in each other. You know, you're talking about kindergarten. Some of I call them like my life partners, because sometimes friendships is the word's not strong enough for these people in our life. Like I consider you a life partner that I know no matter what, you will show up, not without any questions, and stand in front of me if we ever had to battle it out somewhere. Truly, it's the investment. It's knowing that we are willing to change together, because when you talk about kindergarten, a lot of my friends I met before or around kindergarten. And so being with each other and knowing our background and our history and who we were in our 20s, who we were in our 30s, and so on. And I think that's what makes our relationship stand out, is that I met you when you were pregnant with Gabe, before I had kids.
Yeah.
And then now, you know, we both, I don't know how many kids you have now. Which I get, because I'm adopted, so I'm
You
like,
can't
I
say
think we
stuff
have
like that, okay? Given our background, people are going to think I have like a billion kids. I'm just kidding.
what's less than a billion? A million?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, just right under a billion, but
Yes,
we're getting there.
Exactly. So it's those that you know and you trust that will show up when you absolutely need to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that we are so different and yet we have this common friend. So I think I'm in an era where I have friends for seasons. And I don't have a lot of friends for my story, for my lifetime. I am someone that moves around a lot. And so I'm always popping into a different neighborhood, different community, different state, different culture. And that has framed for me friends for seasons. Because a lot of the mindset of those friends is, you're not in my neighborhood. We're not at the same school, same church anymore. So it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. So very different. But through those seasons, there's a few that still connect. There's a few that we love to put that effort in and we love to connect. But I'm just in that area where I think most of my friends are seasonal.
Interesting.
It's hard for me to have seasonal friends. I had to learn how to not be an all-in friend. You know, especially with the kids going to school and, you know, our community, to be okay with just that face value. How you doing? It's great to see you. I wish you well. You know, just being cordial.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Now it's making me think, because I remember maybe it's very different when you grow up in a city. It's easy to be that way, seasonal, because you don't really see, you know, we're neighbors, but we're not neighbors. You see your neighbor maybe like once a week, whereas in the suburbs where we now live, there's a whole community where you're associated not just in church, but you see them at the store, you see them next door. And there's that bonding that happens. And for someone like me who's a transplant to Utah, I've had to adjust, because I still love my city ways of still being a bit like, I don't want you to know me. Like, I love you, but I kind of still need my own space. I don't want you to constantly be in my space. And I still have a lot of that. So I struggle with those type of suburban community friendships because it is not my personality. And it's something I just know that I can't fake it.
It's not who you are.
I can't fake it. It's not who I am. So I'd just rather when I meet people, for you to feel comfortable with, like, hey, I'll give you a hug and I'll say hello. And I genuinely care about you, but I don't want to be in the nitty gritty of your everyday life.
Yes.
Because I have a whole lot going on in my head and in my household that the last thing I need is to worry about what Becky is doing, feeding her family. I just hope that you're feeding your family for dinner. I really do. But I don't need to know what you're feeding them,
right?
How often you feed them, unless I can actually do something to create a solution for you. So that's something that, in terms of friendship and being from a city lifestyle to a suburban lifestyle, something that I'm very aware of. And I try to navigate, and I still try to navigate that today.
Yeah.
And just balancing. And one of the things recently that Megan did was, and I love this, I sent her, we were talking about different things, and she sent me a response and said, you know, this is a great thing, but it's not for me. And I was like, I love you, because the honesty in that is what I appreciate, whereas most people would be very offended. But I'm like, I absolutely love that, because you just saved me time.
Yeah.
You absolutely saved me time from thinking, okay, we've got to do this for me. No, you're like, no, I love that for you, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that I feel like I get from you. Megan has always been very honest with just her your space. Your space is very sacred to her. And I know that when she invites me in, that it's because she trusts me. And she knows that I will not disrespect that space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
never thought about it that way. I'm like, man, I sound like a Grinch or something. Get out of my space.
no.
But no, I'm someone that you can know everything about me, but you don't know me.
Yep.
And so
And
being
that's okay.
able to be my authentic self and to be around my chaotic children. Because I have to protect them too. I don't want any judgment. There's no space for that.
Yes.
And so being able to create our own family together is so awesome to see. How even though we don't see them all the time, like in Utah terms, we live far away from each other.
Yeah.
But really, it's 10 minutes? But our lives are so full.
I can't even talk about that, because when I mention that kind of stuff to people in California, they're like, you mean you're 20 minutes away and you guys don't hang out? Yeah. It's very different.
It's different.
We would drive an hour in California to go hang out with a friend.
Grocery store.
Yeah. Right. And that was okay. But here it's just very different. And when I first moved here to Utah, I remember thinking, oh, that's so odd. And now I'm doing it. And it's just like,
Use that as an excuse.
Yeah. Yes. It's just comfortable. Like, you don't have to, like, I can come to your house and I don't have to do anything. I can just show up. But there are a lot of places, like, if I feel like I have to put on a cloak, no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
So tell me, I'm going to start with you now, how growth in any areas of your life, has it ever cost you a friendship?
Yes. Especially in my 20s when, I moved here from California. I'm meeting all of these new people, trying to invest in these relationships, but realizing, like you said, there is a season, especially in your 20s when you're trying, like, the biggest problem you have is, dating and all of this stuff. Going to school, what are you wearing? Just knowing who is okay to leave behind. But also, back in the day, it wasn't called ghosting. It was just like, I'm not going to call you,
Yeah.
But it is, it doesn't feel like anymore. It feels like work. And so when it starts to feel like work instead of an investment, it's two different things.
I like that analogy, especially from, like, us business-minded individuals. Work versus an investment. An investment you want to put more into, right? You see your return on investment, but if it's work, it's more like 9 to 5. You're just doing it for the sake of doing it, and it's not the same type of ROI. So that's very interesting. Thank you for noting that. What about you?
So along that lines of growing into a new stage, growing into a new income bracket, growing into a new level of yourself, new habits, new ways of thinking, right? You get into a new bubble, and then there are some people that don't come with you, right? They choose not to. Maybe it's the mirror that you reflect back to them of what maybe they're not doing. And that's hard on a friendship. That can be painful. And that's when you get to decide, okay, are you coming with me? Right? Or is there a middle ground we can find? I have found most of the time I end up finding new people that are at that level, that are wanting those same things, thinking in the way I'm thinking. And so sometimes it's like a swap. Sometimes it's a little bit of a swap, and maybe that friend is now for a season, right? And I've got new friends that are part of my new story.
I feel like God always has a way of like swapping things for you, you know, if you wish to see it that way, because there are some people that will want to stay with that friendship instead of moving ahead because they feel guilty. But our purpose is to grow. We're supposed to grow.
Yes.
And sometimes you grow at a different pace, and that's okay. But the purpose is to grow. So if you find yourself growing faster than someone else, I don't feel like it's your job to force that person to grow with you. They have to be willing.
Right.
And you just have to be there for them if they choose to. But if they don't, you have to move forward, because there's nothing you could do for them at the same level, right? I've had friends where I've had to let go. And then I look back, I'm like, you really weren't a friend to me. Like, you were using me.
Yeah.
If you really look at all the things that would happen, but I was just, okay, we're friends.
Yeah.
So we'll just, keep this going. But so I've had experiences like that where I could clearly see how God shifted. He just shifted things so that they can kind of, and not in a way that like it was a mean way, but he just shifted things so that we can go our separate ways. And then as I was able to look back, I could say, okay, I can see how that wasn't for me. I can see how that wouldn't work at this time for me where I am now. So that's very interesting. Have you ever had that experience? I mean, you've mentioned that, yeah.
Yes, and I find it interesting is that because a lot of the times when friends aren't ready to grow with you, it speaks to their insecurity. And so allowing them time to like get used to whatever change that you've experienced, to know that you still are that safe space. Because I think is after that we extend that, all of brands try to keep building that bridge, and they cannot move forward into what's uncomfortable.
Yeah. There's a time when our paths came together, and it's okay if they go off on their own path, which they should.
Yeah.
Everyone should be on their own path for their life, right?
Yes.
We're still rooting for them.
We're still rooting for them. They're doing it at their pace, and I'm going at my pace that I feel like I should at this time. So, and then maybe they come together again. Who knows?
And there's I don't think it was you that was talking about, like, we have the city and the suburban. There's so many times in my life, like, I'm at that city point, but a seed has been planted. And I continue like, oh my gosh, I really wish I had time to get to know that person. I'm not in that space right now.
Yeah.
But it grows over time. So when I actually do have that time, that friendship already has that foundation, and that trust is already there, that is easier to build on that.
So true.
Because I'm not a suburban person. I don't even know. Do I live in the suburbs?
You do. You do. I feel like Utah is one big suburb.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bias.
It probably is. And I'm okay with that. That's what it feels like to me out here. It's one big old suburb. And it's so interesting because growing up, you would learn about urban living, suburban living. And I really didn't know suburban living until I came to Utah, and I was like, oh,
From
I don't like
Oakland.
this. Yeah, it's very city.
That's like the blueprint of city.
Yes, very. And I kind of like that. The anonymity that you get in the city.
You think that nobody knows you.
Right. And then you get to like a place like Salt Lake where everyone knows everyone. And it's like, oh, I met so-and-so. Oh, that's my cousin's friend's father's brother. And you're like, okay, can I just not know anyone today? Just one day, 1 second. But it's also, it has its its drawbacks, but it also has the upsides. And I try to focus on the upside because it's like, oh, then for me, it's like we're all one big family, right? Because then if we have that connection, then it's like the way that I feel for you, the way that I treat you just changes. But anywho, not every friend who starts with you is meant for your sequel. And some friends are assignments, some are electives. And I love those two different ways of seeing that, just as we talked about city versus suburban, and how the difference, our eyes, impact us in the different ways. What are differences you see between social media friends and real friends, real life friends?
Something that I think social media has done in our thought about friendship is we see these great reels. and they've got all the girlfriends together, and they're having this amazing spread of a dinner, and everyone's dressed fabulous, and they bring you into this moment, and you're like, oh, I would love a friend group like that. Like, how come I don't have a friend group like that? Or how come I'm not invited to stuff like that? So it starts to play with like, ooh, I want that, and ooh, why don't I have that? Right? A little bit. But then, because I'm a grown woman and I have had some experience, right? I go, okay, wait. I've hosted one of those things before. And that is a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
And I have invited people that didn't know anybody else, and they showed up anyway. They showed up nervous, and they showed up scared, and they showed up for the event, right? And I brought people together and did that, and maybe I didn't film it for social media, and maybe I didn't share it. But my thought is, that moment that I'm seeing kind of plays with what we think friendship
should be,
right? And it plays with maybe that's not real as far as the ease and the beauty and the everything of
the
it.
30-second clips.
The 30-second clip into your life. And so if we can look at some of that in that way and be like, okay, let me be the one that puts in the work, that creates a moment that I want to be in. And I can think, okay, oh my gosh, I'm in this beautiful moment that I've seen other people do, and that it comes with a lot, and that's okay. Like, if you want the friendship, it's okay that it comes with a lot. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work. And I love those moments, but I look at it in the sense of, if you want that, you need to bring your chair to the table. Whether it's business or friendships, it's like you cultivate what it is that you want, and finding ways to be in that group. It might look different because I'm not going to stand up and do a TikTok dance, but you do you. That's your truth. And I think that's the biggest thing, is like, that is your truth. Like, you're getting something out of that. The only Instagram friendships I have are my actual friends, and we just send funny reels back and forth. Like, that's our mode of
Don't give that away.
Yeah.
How many? She's now getting them.
I am.
Yeah, I don't even send them through Instagram. I send them text. I won't go back and look at them.
Right. Text. I live on text messages.
Yeah.
She lives on
I
the phone.
live on text messages, and my poor husband, like he that's where I send him stuff. I'm like, he's probably doing some important work at his communication job, and I'll send something and say, do not play this out loud. But I just know he'll find it funny, but that's really what it is. But I would say that for me, I've never really been in like a social media person, and I have maintained that for a very long time until most recently. And even with what I'm doing is mostly a great team behind me helping me out with those things. I'm very one-on-one. Like, when I spend time with you, it's probably one-on-one with you, with one-on-one, because when it's very rare for me to do like a group thing, because part of it is my empathy level is very, very high. And if I do a group thing, I feel like I'm not giving this person like the kind of attention that I feel they deserve from me. So it's very rare that I will do that. And then even when I leave an event like that, I'll have to say, okay, let's connect. Let's do lunch. Let's do brunch, so that I can at least feel like I heard you or you were seen, so that it's not like, I don't know how people do that. Like, it's a lot of energy, and I could only do like one at a time. Even though, the friends that I have are all over the world, and it's very rare that they all come together. But when they do, it's like they can all see each other and like why I choose them to be in my life, because there's a certain light that you all carry, and I know that brings me joy and brings great blessings to my life. So, but when you get together, you can see that. But at the same time, I need to be able to make sure that you, one person at a time, is getting what I feel they deserve from me.
Yeah.
So social media friends, it's almost like they're not real. I don't consider them real. because most people that are really my friends have my phone number and they're probably in my text message. And I think part of that is also for my sanity, because I've seen a lot of people, I've seen the negative effects of social media on a lot of people, like a lot of people that poured out everything and now they have like a complete breakdown. And so I'm always concerned about that because I don't want that in my life. I can just have regular breakdowns. You know what I mean? Like I don't need extra, social media induced breakdown. So, because I'm so conscious of that, I make it a point to make sure that I connect with people, one-on-one or in person, and make sure that I'm able to give them what I feel they deserve. And that's a lot of work too, because then that means that like, I'm not going to have 500,000 followers or friends or whatever, you know what I mean? But I do appreciate being able to share a little bit of what I feel is good to the world.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
There's obviously there's a difference between friends in person and social media friends. And like, how do you even, like you say, categorize that as like, are they real or not? One thing I do love about social media is maybe we get to feel like someone's friend, like you letting people in, like, oh, I feel like she's my friend. And what does Esther have to say today? What is Esther up to?
What doesn't she say?
Like being someone who can share a way of thinking,
Uplift others.
that maybe no one in my circle or community like is even thinking in that way. And I'm like, oh, or being inspired, or maybe just seeing how someone does a party or a dinner or plays with their kids, right? Maybe it's not necessarily a friend, but it's definitely
Community.
it's a type of community. Yeah.
Because I do feel
I like that.
It is.
I've also found mentors that don't even know me, but I'm like, oh, I love when she puts out something new. Like, oh, yes, that clicks with me. Where I don't have maybe friends in person that are giving me that. Right? And so it's a little bit.
Yeah, and I feel the same in that sense. And I also feel like this new generation after us, that is how they see friendships. And that's how they feel safe and connect, because they can be vulnerable if someone doesn't really know me. So being able to share those experiences and that sense of community can be very powerful. But yes, it can lead to isolation. But
it can also
they can
be
also
a
reach
tool
out to
for
someone.
goodness for those that are more introverted, but then like see. Okay.
Because I really feel like it really depends on the person that you are.
Yeah.
And what you take from it.
Yeah. Like I've had people come up to me in the parking lot or the grocery store or wherever, and they are like, oh, you're Megan. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yes, I am.
You know?
Are you famous or something?
No.
Okay. I'm like,
But, and they're like, oh, like they just feel like they know me. And so you give them a moment of friendship.
Okay.
Because of, they are just like so excited to see you in person.
Yeah.
That you are real.
but you've cultivated a safe space.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. It's like that moment, you are what is right. You give them that glimpse of, oh my gosh, it's real. It's not an illusion, even though it could be. But they feel that from you.
Yeah.
See, I love this because it's giving me a whole different perspective. Whereas I'm more like, I don't
You're
want to be out there.
suspicious of everyone.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I see you. But it is like, I'm not a social media person unless it's like trying to learn something. But I do have like younger siblings and nieces and nephews that use that to connect. And while it does get a bad rap, it also teaches them more about themselves in
Very
talking with
true.
these people. Like, they won't call someone, but they'll DM someone a question that you have no idea what you're going to get. And I'm like, just pick up the phone. You're very much like that. Don't text me. Call me. I'm like, Esther, I'm deaf. I can't hear you. Doesn't matter.
But you've been fantastic. Like I've appreciated all our conversations. A lot of it is just ha 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 ha. Like all
Yeah,
the
no LOLs in this group.
No, we don't do LOLs.
Good to know.
But it's been a blessing. I think that I've been privileged to have good friends, but also keep my peace, and also be on a platform and also have my peace. I think peace is the core for my life. Like, it's just very important to me.
Yeah.
So if I'm helping someone, great. If, like you said, if it's a way for someone to reach out and be helped, and then I don't want to be a therapist either, because I'm not a licensed therapist, so I don't know what I can do, but I can maybe direct people to certain places.
Right.
I think with the way social media does have a bad rap, but I can see the goodness that you've pointed out. And what I hope and pray is that people are using a whole lot more of what you were talking about than the side that, hurts and harms and isolates.
Yeah.
Because we do need conversations.
Yes.
I feel that my kids right now are probably learning some things outside, and of course I'm always trying to guide them, but I also know that these social media opportunities gives them a chance to bring up conversations with us. Like, hey, I heard this.
Yeah.
What is it? Or, and it's like, oh, I wasn't ready for this right now. But let's go ahead and talk about it as much as you want to talk about it. But so it's really interesting. It's kind of expedited things within the family.
Oh, true.
But I still think there's goodness in it if we choose to use it the right way.
Yes.
Okay. So that question wasn't so much about whether social media is bad or not. It was just real friendship versus in-person friendship or social media.
Yeah.
And I really do like what you've both mentioned in that, because I didn't see it that way. I've always seen it as nope, we should stay away. So thank you very much for that. We're going to go to our second segment, which is the loyalty audit. And check your circle. Are they clapping or competing? The friendship audit idea. Who fills versus who drains?
I felt that.
I have felt that. And we talk about that's when the spirit speaks to you and you're like, okay, no, I just have to give them the chance. And then you're like, I should have listened. So tell me about that. Who fills and who drains? And we're not going to mention any names.
Never happens.
But it exists.
Yeah.
It exists in every walk of life. So who fills and who drains?
Yeah. Well, even when you, just when you said it, I was like, oh, I think everyone listening is like, oh, yes, I've had that experience. What I have found is that obviously with a friendship, I love when it's a give and a take. You fill me and I fill you, right? And we give and we take from each other. Then there's some people that maybe, again, like I said, I have a seasonal friendship with, where I'm the giver, that they need something and I'm able to fill that, but it's maybe not going to be a long time thing, which is great, right? We met on the path and God gives us the opportunity to make someone's life better by whatever we can give them in that way. And I've become aware if I am a drainer on a friendship, right? Because I never want to be that. And I have this friend
because you know what it feels like.
Yes.
And that's key, because most people don't even, maybe they realize it, but they don't care. So they'll just continue doing it.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sorry to cut you off, but go ahead.
Well, I have this friend that every time we meet, we're very aware of filling and draining. And they'll just state okay, what do you need? How can I help you? Do you feel like you got what you wanted from our time together? And I'm like, okay, great. I have one of those friends, which is
that's
great.
so beautiful.
It is beautiful.
That's part of the adulting.
Yes.
That when you get to a certain stage in life, you're like, okay, I'm capable of just saying this straight out, so that you are aware of where I stand, so that there's no confusion.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Or I can preface with I'm going to be a drain. Are you in a good spot? Because I need to pull from you because I'm lacking. And they're like, okay, yeah, that will be okay for today. But that makes me a better friend. That friendship helps me be a better friend to other people.
I like that. Just any relationship in general.
I feel like it comes down to expectations. If you have the same expectations out of that person that they have of you, like you said, it's give take. But I think it's even respecting where they are and the expectations, like with Esther, we always try to show up for each other. I trust that she will show up when and how she can. And if she absolutely can't, that's fine. I want her to be, it's not personal. Because like what happened recently, you know, are you going to be here as it's starting? Like, she's probably not getting on a period. Okay, I get that. But just not, it's those that you know, if they could be there, they would be there.
Absolutely.
They would help carry that load. And I feel that's the same with family. I have some friends that I have like very low expectations. And that saves me that extra mental load of going into things like, it's not worth it. So I'm just going to let them. Okay. Yeah. And I think about it as like, this is my service project for the day. I'm listening to this person. I'm helping them. But true, like I care about them, but it's like, it's going to be 6 months before I see this person again. But at least I have realistic expectations of what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah. Very interesting. I tend to trust the spirit to move people out of my way. Honestly,
I love
because I do have those instances where I meet someone and I just know, but then I'm like, just give them a chance. You can't just assume. And then I do, and then they show up, their authentic self, and I'm like, that's what I was trying to avoid. But somehow the spirit just, something will happen and they'll just shift, and it'll be a very defined way of exiting, whether it's my exit or their exit, but it'll be very defined, and I will feel at peace with it. And it's always so beautiful. And I'm like, I pray all the time because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, obviously, but like I just love the way that it works, because it isn't malicious, it isn't like cold-hearted. It's just the season has come to an end.
Yeah.
I
love you.
Is this a breakup?
So I'm trying to say?
I'm like, do it in public so I can't react.
On camera.
This time I'm not going to jump across the desk.
So success in friendship. Has success, however you define it, cause friendships to disappear or act distant? Or friends to disappear or act distant? You can even think of growth.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of relating it to, was our growth conversation.
But I feel that for me, those who are close to me also have that growth mindset.
Yeah.
They want what's best for you.
So you've done the job of surrounding yourself with people you want to become, and we're just like still working at it.
Exactly. No, but like those closest to me that have something that I want to be like. And I don't want to be.
Or they encourage you to like be your better self.
Or to push you to where you should be. We've always done that. It's like, I don't know if I want that. Just do it. Like, you've talked about it enough. I'm like, you're so mean. Okay. But yeah, and I feel like especially women are each other's best advocates. And being able to have like your circle of trust do that for you, but also let you know, like realistically, what you should and shouldn't do is so empowering.
Yeah. And along that line, we need friends who are having success. Business success, motherhood success, education, spiritual, physical, like whatever it is for that person, we need to see that so that we know it's possible. And so we need people to see success, and we need them to clap for us. We need them to share it so we can clap for them.
Absolutely.
Right?
And to let people know everybody's doing it at their own pace.
Yeah.
Success looks different for everyone. Like look how we were 15 years ago, and like where we are now. Like we're both successful on completely different things. But the biggest success for me is my friendships and my relationships. Yeah. Don't get me wrong; it's nice making decent money, but
that doesn't hurt.
I know it doesn't hurt. Like I'll pick up the Taco Bell tab this time. No, but it does put things in a perspective.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a guilt that comes with outgrowing people. Owning our part, sometimes we forget to show up too. Who in your life have you realized was a seasonal friend, and how did you figure it out? And I'm going to ask you because I think you have more seasonal friends than... Do I have seasonal friends? Would I even call them friends, acquaintances?
You do have seasonal friends that you've tried.
Yeah.
You've invested in them, and they don't give you an inch. Then that's when you're like, I see who you are.
Yeah.
Have a good,
Get the boots.
You're like,
Yeah.
hi. Yeah.
I'm going to take this maybe in a little bit different direction in that there are people that I have been friends with for a long time and I would love to be better friends with. And I'm the one that's reaching out and I'm the one that's inviting. And I don't get a lot of response, which then makes me go inward and say, what is wrong with me? And friendships can be hard that way. Like they can be hard on us mentally because I don't know.
Because you know you and you know what you can give.
Right.
And you're
I'm like,
trying
don't you
to
want to be
give.
my awesome friend?
You want friends that make you the priority. And so I've been in a similar situation. I'm friends with this person for years, and I realized like I'm the only one that's reaching out. And it gets to that point where it's not about me. Like their priorities are different, but it is hard to be like, they used to think I was cool. Just kidding. I've never been that way, but it is hard, like allowing people to grow without you.
Right.
But knowing there still might be something there and come back to it.
Yeah.
But it's hard because you want to see them, you want to be around them.
Right.
And they're not initiating that.
Yeah. I've come to a point with this friend where I'm like, okay, when they say yes, that will be great.
But you're not waiting anymore.
I'm not waiting, but I'd still love to little bits of contact, not so much energy, not so much time and effort, not so much maybe my emotions invested in it, thinking spiraling down the wrong ladder. But yeah, like there are people I would love to be better friends with, and maybe it's different stages of life. Maybe it's distance. But again, we'll see. Maybe somewhere down the road, we're going to reconnect. Who knows?
Yeah, and it is very much what you put out as well. Like once I know that you're that friend that I still want to connect with, but we're just not there.
Yes.
Is I send a text message and I was just like, give me the top 3, give me the bottom 3 things that are going well, 3 things that aren't. So I can still feel connected and know what's going on without having like a 2-hour long conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I ever have a 2-hour long conversation, it's like by mistake.
Excuse me?
No, by total mistake, because there's never time.
We've had 2-hour conversations, maybe before children.
Text messages, right? Because no one else knows what I'm doing. Like,
What you're saying.
And
Delete
but
this,
these
please.
days, like you have the little kids always around, and there's something about children where when you're on the phone and they feel that their attention is off of them on something else, and you're not present. They have a way of like, I don't know, they could be in that other room somewhere, and they will come into your space and just mom.
They crave that connection.
And I don't know what kind of voodoo they have to figure it out, but I see it happen all the time. So
Yeah.
I'm a very text message type of person because I don't want them to feel that I'm not present in whatever it is that they're doing. So if I'm out late which is very rare, and it's just like, what do I do? I mean, I have this time. It's quiet in the car. There's music, but so I look up my phone and try to call someone and hope that someone is awake and not busy and could chat. And that's when I have those like 1 hour, 2-hour conversation on a drive home, which is still very, for me, it's very fulfilling because I can catch up with someone that I haven't talked to for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And they understand, So what does loyalty mean to you now compared to 10 years ago?
I think I have a better grasp on it. Like 10 years ago, maybe it was over at my house all the time and at all the park meetups, and you should know what I'm cooking for dinner. And we're going out multiple, like that was like a good friend, but one different stage of life for me currently, different phase, and maybe not needing all of that, more just awareness of who I am and what I need from friends and when I need it.
Loyalty, like, yes, no longer you have my back, right? You're not gonna talk to that boy, like. But now it's.
Are we egging his house
Yes.
tonight, or are we slashing tires? Which
Meet
one?
me on the corner. Take it to the streets and have a dance off. It's showing up,
Yeah.
and it's treating my family as yours. It's seeing me because we all mask every day, all day, and it's exhausting. But it's part of our lives. It's part of our jobs, and so knowing that my people, my core group, will be there when I need them, one way or another.
Have any of you had a friend who withdrew, and why?
I've had breakups with friends, but we found our way back together. So a lot of it is over either a misconception or religious reasons without even having that conversation. It was like, oh, she probably thinks this. I think she said that.
Because they all think this.
Yes, all of them. That was probably one of my biggest heartbreaks. But, we found a way back to each other, and like now we're going on 36 years of friendship, from the day I was born. But friendships are those relationships that you can have for like the rest of the time that you're here. So yeah, sometimes you're going to break up, sometimes you're going to walk away. But I have not, there's been a couple that I have let walk away because they became that drain. And I was at peace with it. It's like, you do you. I'll always love you, and always
From afar.
be part of my journey. But you don't offer that comfort. You're not on the same page in terms of what a friend is.
Yeah. I feel like the ones I'm aware of, at least, have kind of been a mutual fade out. A mutual stop reaching out from this party and a stop reaching out from me a little bit more. Again, I'm a little bit more of a seasonal.
Why is
That's
that?
just,
Did you move around a lot when you were younger?
I mean, a little bit, but more in my adulthood. We move around a lot. So I pick up friends from different places, but there's very few that then want to
Continue.
Yeah.
Most people are
From
just
afar.
very like,
If you're not here,
if I can't see you, then
yeah.
yeah.
You're definitely not going to see me.
Thank
So
goodness. I don't got the energy for that.
you may get used to that. Some friendships are in overdraft. We keep waiving their emotional fees. If your friend only calls when you're winning, that's not loyalty. That's LinkedIn. Our next segment is the fight, the faith, and the fallout. So, have you ever avoided a hard conversation and regretted it?
Yes. I'll be honest. Yes. Anybody else?
I avoided them when I was younger. Now I face them head on because without those uncomfortable conversations, you can't have growth. You can't move forward.
Kind of goes back to what you were saying when you know, maybe we're not going to be friends, but I'll give it. And then you're like, oh, yep, I was right. Right. So when it comes to you need to say the hard thing, if you don't say it and then it comes up again, you're like, I knew I should have. I do feel like I am better at saying it because I just don't have the time and energy. Right.
What did you call it? You're an adult now?
I'm an adult
I don't
now.
have time for this.
I'm a grown woman.
Ain't nobody got time for this.
Yes. 100%.
Yes.
So it's like,
exhausting. It's exhausting. That's what I find is just like, it's just exhausting. I don't have the energy to fake acceptance or fake like some connection. So it's just like, hey, I'm going to save you time. I'm definitely going to save myself time.
Yeah.
So let's just cut it off because
Yeah.
it's not, I don't feel that I'm doing any good to you or myself.
right. What
So-
kind of friend am I being if I'm not showing up as my authentic self? If I'm not, because I'm like, right? Like, I don't want to
But
do
you're not
that.
having those conversations. If you feel like you cannot have those conversations,
And that's not friendship.
that's not
Yep.
friendship.
It's not a
Because
friendship.
I've had some really hard conversations recently with friends about things that I'm like, well, why don't you look into adoption? Why don't you do that?
Yeah.
And so one of the things that we always say to each other is like, how can I support you? And then she brought that up. And I was like, that is incredibly interesting because I definitely have a different perspective when it comes to adoption. Even though she's fairly close to that and she's experienced that, I 100% understand her take on it. But knowing that, wait, I'm saying something that's making you feel less than was very eye-opening for me. But we're closer because of it now.
Right.
I've asked her, how can I support you?
When you're honest with your friend, the relationship grows stronger. And for me, like that's what makes like helps me grow friendship is when the honesty. Like you don't understand how much I appreciated that text. I know I was like, but on my end, I was like, I love this because I've
a
had
great
to
way of
learn.
saying no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I used it like right away because I had to say no to something, not you. I used it in a different word, but it was just very like, this is great, but it's not for me right now. This is great for you, but not for me right now. I was like, that is so nice because usually I'll just say no. And, and no explanation. But now it's like, okay, there's a way of saying no without hurting feelings. But then to the other person, if they're adult enough to understand, then they can see it and not be offended. And that's what I took away from that. And then, gosh, I was going to tell you the story. The first time I ever had to not first time, I would probably say where it stood out to me. I remember being in college and a friend of mine, I loved everything about this girl. She had beautiful hair. You know, I love hair. If you don't know that, Megan's got her beautiful hair. You've got your beautiful thing going on. But I love just how hair changes people. You know, it's this thing you dress up and dress down and it works. So that's what sparked my friendship with her because I walked in the class and I didn't really say anything to her at first. And then we came to class another day and she chopped off all her hair. And I was so devastated. I was so devastated. I was like, how could you? Like she just had this beautiful, just long hair and she was looking like Halle Berry and that was okay too because she looked beautiful. But I was just so devastated because like, do you know how long it takes me to grow my thing out? And you just snipped it all off. And so that's how we became friends. So I started talking to her, but down the road, she was going through some things in life. And I'm very optimistic. It's my natural form. It's my baseline. It's just optimism. And she's going through some rough times. I'm like, it'll work out. You'll figure it out. She's like, you know what, Esther? I just want you to listen. I don't need you to tell me that it's going to work out. I don't need all of that. I just need you to listen. And I was like, you know what? Thank you for doing that because it taught me to start listening to people and not just be ready to it's going to be great. Let's get it done. It was just more like, okay, just sometimes people just want to talk and you need to give them the space to do that. And as friends, sometimes that's what you need to do. So,
do you want me to listen?
Yes.
Do you want my advice or action?
Now as an adult, even in my relationship with my husband, it's like, okay, is this a venting? Because I'm sure you don't want solution because they also give us solutions all the time. So I have to let them know, like, listen, I just want to vent. I don't need solutions because I know you're great at the solutions, but I just want to vent. And it's the same thing that he does for me. It's like, okay, I just need a vent. Like, I don't need you to fix anything because I tell my husband all the time, I will slash tires. Like, who is messing with you? Who got you upset? point them out, and then I'll follow them, figure out their car situation. But it was just understanding and knowing that and being an adult to say, what do you need?
Yeah.
At this time, or why are you telling me this? You know how, it's like, what do you need and how can I help? Do you need help or do you need me to just listen? And sometimes, and what I love about people is because you're giving them that choice, then it allows them to say, you know what? I think I just need listening right now.
Yeah.
Because I know what I need to do, but I still need a vent to just get it out of my system so that I can now move on and do what needs to be done.
I had a conversation with a friend recently, and we are long distance friends. We don't see each other a lot, but we've got that friendship. And she started the conversation and she said, okay, I want to share something, but I don't need you to save me. And I was like, great. I've got the expectations of what I'm supposed to do in this conversation.
Yes.
And I said, great, tell me.
Yes.
And then that was her way of saying, I just need you to listen.
Yep.
Like, I just need to say it to somebody.
I say that to my husband now.
You
I
say
don't
what?
need you to save me. I can save myself.
Literally had a conversation with my husband today where I had to stop him because I needed to vent and I didn't preface it. And he kept interrupting. And I said, babe, I just need you to listen. And he's like, oh. And I'm like, okay, noted. Yes. I need to start my conversation
better. Gotta preface it.
I've learned.
But it also helps you like recognize like, what are you feeling?
Yes.
Like what's going on with you? I tend to have this retrospective moment where I, if I'm going through something, because we have that internal voice, right? That tells us the truth about the situation. And then the external voice is just like, tries to mask it. Like it's no big deal. It's like, oh, well, actually it really is a big deal. Let's just acknowledge that and then figure out what we need. So it's like acknowledge that internal voice is really helpful in recognizing what you need from someone else. Like, this thing that is exploding inside of me, like, do I need to vent or do I need help sorting this out? Because I'm at my wit's end.
Yeah.
So.
To help a friend see that and learn that is so huge for the friend, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And then your friendship just gets better.
Right. And like I mentioned with the friend, this was in college. It's been like years between that. And I still remember the impact it had on me. And I still use that till today. And we're still good friends, even though we're like far. But when we connect, I support her in all that she does. But it for me, it grew my relationship with her because I
Did she grow her hair back? Is that why?
She did. She did.
So you were saying
because she had that hair that could grow back, and luckily,
if I chop my hair off, I should warn you.
You've got to let me know if I catch you and you've got like Halle Berry going on. I will make you go glue it back on.
And I'm just gonna be like burn it in front of you.
Oh my goodness, that would just devastate me.
Noted.
But yes, but like I do love that. I love that we are able to have those honest conversations.
Yeah.
And even though sometimes it may feel heavy, it's when you're at a place in your life where you just can kind of like take a sit back and say, you know what? Thank you for that. It not only helps your relationship, it helps you with everyone else. So that's beautiful. Thank you guys. What is the scariest we need to talk moment that you've ever had with a friend? Dun, dun,
Literally,
dun.
I cannot answer that.
It's confidential.
Without exposing what it was and what friend it was?
Just kidding.
Okay.
No, it wasn't you. No, I'm kidding.
We've never had that.
No, but if needed, I'll bring the shovel.
That's a good friend.
For the garden, of course.
Right.
Do not record that. Do not put that in this segment. I do not want the FBI coming after us. No.
Well, it depends.
You're so hilarious. So,
I don't know. It depends on what stage in life. Like I
feel like I have it with friends. I don't think anyone has ever had it with me.
Same. Now that you say that.
maybe we're just like scary and nobody wants to tell us.
Oh, I have been told that more than once.
Yeah. I think we've had those talks.
Yeah,
Just
we've
don't-
had it.
Like, some of the stuff, depending on the friend, like with you, it comes out naturally.
Yeah.
But never has it been like, oh, we need to talk. Because usually when we were younger, we need to talk. I have a crush on the same guy that you have a crush on. But now it's just like, I need to work through this.
Yeah.
Like, either issues that you're having in your relationship or the next like fork in the road. But not in the sense of, we need to talk.
I can think of a few instances where that has come up in out of love. Out of love for something I saw that I thought maybe I knew better, or I could help, or can I help you see this in a different way that you are spinning around it and maybe it will help you stop. And I did have to preface it like, we need to talk. You might not want to hear it and you might not be ready and you might be really mad at me afterwards. So do you want to hear it?
Now that you say it, of course I want to hear it, but I must still be mad at you.
Which is allowed,
Yes.
right? That's allowed. And then if they do say yes, you're like, oh, okay. Okay.
I was hoping you'd say no so that I wouldn't have to have this
We're
conversation.
just going to
but
push through.
Yeah.
So yes, I think it goes back to what you're saying with expectations. Like if we can just say like, hey, I'm saying this out of love. You've been talking my ear off about this for 2 weeks and you're not getting anywhere. And like, can I show you an outside perspective that maybe you're just too deep in it, but you might not like it. But like, this is coming with love. So
You have to separate coming with love and coming from your ego. Because sometimes we think we know what's best.
Yeah.
I know there's times that I've done that and I'm like, probably should have kept my mouth shut.
yeah,
Because like,
live and learn.
yeah, I like that. Put that on a coffee mug. It has been. Oh my gosh. I'm so behind in the times, obviously.
So how do you know when to repair versus release?
I was going to say, for me, it's how I feel. Am I settled? Do I have peace with myself? Or do I feel like something, one or the other needs to happen?
Yeah, if I feel that sense of heartbreak or loss. Because your good friends are part of who you are. So I know that's how I know.
My anxiety kicks in. So it's like, if every time you come to mind and it's just like stress,
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like my body would literally react to a person. And I have seen that happen. And this is where I say that I'm like grateful to God, because he knows me deeply. And he knows that I don't need that confrontational, effect. So he just makes a way that they just part, like Moses part in the Red Sea. They just part and go their own way. Because I remember, and I won't give too much detail in this one, but I remember this one particular person where something was ending, and that end meant that we would be in the same vicinity. And that gave me so much anxiety that I remember talking to my husband and saying, like, I don't know that I'll be able to go to this space with that person. Like, I'm not looking forward to this end, because this end is signaling this beginning, and I don't want that. Like, I literally don't want that. And then something came up, and God just shifted us, and I never had to experience that. So when I tell you,
I need to send up
God
that
is
prayer.
real.
No, I've had them.
Hello, God. Can I get that in my life?
Yes.
Is that a book, God? Are you there? It's me.
I have had so many situations like that in my life that I'm at this point where if something is, if I can see something that is not good for me, I don't fight it anymore.
Yeah.
I just tell God, literally, Jesus, take the wheel. Like, you handle that, because, I don't have the energy or strength to even deal with that. So you shift that when it needs to shift and do it in a way that's just beautiful that nobody will even know that what I felt inside. But for me, when to like knowing when to release is just how my body like will physiologically like how I will feel. And a big part of that is just my anxiety. And I feel like that doesn't like lie to me. Like, what is it about this?
You know, this score.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
So
with this situation, was this a close, loyal friend? Or was this a seasonal friend?
it was someone that probably wanted to be a close friend, but they just didn't meet my
Criteria.
my criteria. And not saying that they weren't a good person, they drained.
If your body's
They
reacting
drained.
that way, for good reason.
Yes, they absolutely drained. And it was the kind of draining that I just could not afford, right? Because I'm living life with a family, I'm running a business, and I'm also trying to be friends and would have friends and family. And this person would just suck up the whole air and I was just like, whew, I can't. So I definitely, that was a release that God helped me release.
Yeah. What's really beautiful about what you're doing here in this platform is those things we just said is going to be a light bulb for somebody being like, oh, I don't have to feel that way. And oh, I never connected the dots. And so thank you for that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to be ghosted a lot more now. It just gets out.
You know what? They say the truth will set you free.
There you go.
So you're being honest about how you feel, and whoever needs to be released will release themselves, and whoever needs to stay will stay. I'm not a fan of like trying to hold on to things that don't belong to me.
No.
So if you're here to stay, stay. If you're not, get the step in.
I'm not going to stay.
I know you're staying. I know where you live.
My loyal friends, they're stuck with me forever. I'll follow them.
Say it, address it, pray it, ask for peace, release it, accept outcome. We'll block someone faster than we'll bless them. Is that true? I block people so quickly. Like all those like, oh, is this Jane? No, it's not Jane. Block. You know it's not Jane. You know you're just sending me messages, just try to like catch someone to communicate with. And I know there are people out there that really do need to talk to someone, but it's just like, this is my time. It's the most valuable thing I have on earth, and I have to be mindful of how I spend it. So please go look for your Jane. She's not here. Sometimes forgiveness means I don't hate you, but you still can't sit with me. There's been so many times, and that's okay. One of my biggest pet peeve is when I feel that I have forgiven someone and someone else is like, well, you need to forgive them. I'm like, well, I have. Well, how do you see forgiveness? Because if you think I should be in that person's presence to keep being used and abused, then that's on you. That is not forgiveness to me. Forgiveness for me means recognizing what they did was wrong, having the mental fortitude to shift, and then deciding to go a different path and not be bitter and abuse other people. That's forgiveness. So I think I'm okay. There was a talk, I think it was by Elder Uchtdorf, and I just loved the way that I don't remember who it was exactly, but I remember when I was struggling with forgiveness, where I felt like I had forgiven someone or people, but I kept being told, like, you need to do the work. You haven't done enough. And I was so confused because I felt like I had done enough, but being in those people's presence was not what I felt was enough, because I didn't want to expose myself to unnecessary hurt or continuous hurt. So I remember hearing that talk and I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. Because I thought I was crazy because like everyone else is telling me, oh, it's not enough.
Yeah.
And I heard that talk and I was okay. Thank you. Someone that actually makes sense.
Yes.
Not this, someone else that doesn't know the full extent of the situation, assuming that, oh, it was just like, no. Sometimes you really need to shift, and forgiveness can be done without putting yourself in a space to be used and abused. over and over again.
Forgiveness has nothing to do with that person.
Nope.
It's everything to do with you letting it go.
Yes.
And people do have that expectation to repair and get back to that point. And it's like, I don't have the time or the energy.
Yeah, we're not going back. We're just going to go forward.
Yes. And that's okay. They don't have to come along with me.
That you don't.
Let's go over to segment 4, which is cross everything friendship. What is the funniest culture shock moment between you and me, and then between you and me that you've experienced?
Okay, we are new friends.
Yes, we are.
With like
Don't sugarcoat it.
2 interactions, and this being an additional one. But culture shock would be my lack of knowing about your culture. My lack of full understanding. Like, I have a respect for it and a love, but we had an interaction that I was like, yep, I'm a white girl sitting here getting a good lesson. And I took it in and I took it all and like, okay, I
was that at the gala?
Yes. It was so beautiful.
Yes.
But I also felt like, so much to learn. So much to learn to just involve myself with more things and more compassion and more understanding and more just in the way that those women were thinking about their success, about their accomplishments, about your community. And I thought, okay, yes.
And the challenges they face.
Yes, the privilege I have received that I thought, oh yeah, I get it enough. I was like, oh no, girl, you got some work to do, is what I said to myself. So yes.
But were you able to relate?
Yes.
Because I felt like there were a lot of things there, because even though we have different cultures, there's still things that, one, we're women. We're all daughters of Heavenly Father, first and foremost. So those basic foundation for us, we have things that we can relate to on that. But then when you bring race in, it changes just slightly. Like, I love that you felt like your eyes were open to things that you were not aware of. And that's because you got an opportunity to be in a different circle outside of what your norm.
Yeah.
But it was still very beautiful, very impactful. Yeah. And just, it's worth the experience. I feel like everyone should experience something. Yes. One of the things that I've seen in Utah is that there are a lot of people that never leave their little communities. And I know that a lot of people go on missions, but I don't think a lot of people, especially the women, I feel like the women need to get out more and maybe just go to a different city within Utah, but just go to a different city and just experience life outside of their community, because just the way that your mind and your heart will open, it's just amazing. And if I had enough money in the world, I would want everyone to visit 5 different countries and just immerse themselves.
Yes.
3 months at a time. Just immerse yourself. Because when you do that, it's like you'll come back and you'll appreciate what you have, what you're surrounded by, and you'll just see the world just very differently. But if you never leave, you miss out so much in just everyday life. So I'm glad you got to experience that in Utah, in Salt Lake, and you didn't have to travel far. So and you had that moment to just like, this is so interesting. And it was very, very what I love about that's what she does, is creates that space for that to happen. Yeah. And it's a very thought out process. So
it was a group I was looking for but didn't know how to find until we connected. Because I was your friend, I found something I needed.
Wow.
And so that was a huge gift. That was a huge gift for me.
Yay. Meg.
No, my experience in this conversation, I'm thinking, I don't have the same perception of a lot of the women in Utah needing to go outside.
I know.
Yeah, just because I feel like the majority of the people that I know have traveled. They have, strong family ties to Utah, which is something that I've never really understood. Like,
Same.
people in Utah grow up in a certain area, they stay in that certain area, and they do everything with their family. And so I think that's one of the challenges that I faced in finding my community, is I did not have that home base. And I think that's something you and I both connected on.
Right.
And so it's interesting hearing that perspective because, well, maybe it depends on where you live in Utah.
It does depend on where you live in Utah.
Yeah.
I think when I was not aware of that, and that's why I was telling you earlier that I got to learn what suburban living was compared to the city living that I had grown up in.
And the city that you lived in Utah was...
When I first got here,
yes,
I had a hard time. I felt like I had a hard time. Like I felt like I was trying to infiltrate people's groups.
Yes,
and I was not allowed.
But they are welcoming to an extent.
Yes,
like we want you to feel comfortable here,
right?
But
you're still not one of us.
Yes,
right. I know that was rough because I meet you. I'm like, hey, let's be friends. Let's just all be friends. Yeah, kumbaya. And so that was
connector.
I am. And so that was something that was very difficult for me. So over time, I learned to create my tribe.
Yeah.
I learned to create my tribe because what I was lacking here in Utah was my community. But I realized that, you know what, I may not have my community, but I can build a tribe. And so over time I built a tribe, and that's where Meg came in, and that's where now you are now joining me. And you think I might be seasonal, but we're not going to be seasonal friends. We're going to be real
I put a label on you
yet. No, but when it comes to culture shock with you, I didn't feel like we had that.
No,
I think we had because we were both from different
California.
Cities. California. It's like, okay, yeah, we're bros. Like, that's the thing. It's like we have that understanding of each other. But I do think the culture shock for me was hearing about like the expectations your family had on you and trying to get you to pivot in the direction in which they wanted for you. And I know when we first met, you struggled with that. You struggled putting those boundaries up. And I'm like, you would never let me talk to you like that. Why are you letting your, so-and-so talk to you like that? Yeah. And so I think that was the biggest shock for me is like, why do you still have a relationship? Just because they're family does not mean they owe you anything. Yeah. So I think for me, and I understand like, there's a hierarchy in your family. There's an understanding. You had a place and you didn't want to stay in that place. And so watching you, so that's Moses did not part the Red Sea. So you had to put those boundaries. So throughout the years, I've seen you go from like, I don't know what to do, like I'm uncomfortable, to like, what are you doing? Yeah. And so I think that for me was the culture shock because I'm like, I would not like, what are you doing? Yeah. So
it definitely was, and part of it was just because the way that I grew up as in a Nigerian household, and how we saw how respect is dished out. Respect is not because you earned it. Respect is based on your age. So if you're older than me, if you're older than me by a year, there's a certain level of respect I have to give you. And that's not the American culture. It's like if you're going to act up, it's not. It was never me. I grew up in that culture, but I learned that it was not me, and so I made changes, and those changes took time. And I would say that like I do thank you and Rich because you allowed me to see that, and also moving here to Utah and being in an environment where I was not around the cultural things that would hold me back. It forced me to just be like, okay, we're not doing that. That's why I can send that message and say, if you're being rude, I will be talking to you like this and not have a problem with it because sometimes people need to understand like this behavior is not okay. And I have no problem letting people know that today.
Yeah. I have to like really in a bit. I'm like, it's not the time or the place. Don't let them get to you.
What boundaries, speaking of boundaries, what boundaries help you love people without losing yourself?
I think it comes to expectations, knowing that expectations are boundaries in a different way. you know that I'm not going to drain you. I know that you're not going to drain me. Every time we see each other and talk to each other, it's like we haven't seen each other in 25 years.
We do our happy dance first.
And I'm sure we scare people when, because we're just like dancing up to each other, and people think we're this like, professional women. Like, we're just 14-year-olds when we are in each other's presence.
I like to say 15 though. I'm just kidding.
No, I think for me, if I have to have firm boundaries, probably not going to work. At least, because friendship almost has those.
There's a
tiers.
flexibility, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of in a roundabout answer.
What do you think?
Well, getting the
How do
water.
you-
I don't know if this was just a pop. I'm like, I don't want to waste this. The sticker.
You could totally have some water. I think for me, the boundaries that help me love people is, without losing myself, is knowing that I'm not being malicious in the way that I'm approaching them. And if I can find a spot in my heart where I know that I'm being honest with myself, it's not so much about them, because they're going to see and take whatever I do, however they want to see it and feel. But as long as I'm okay with myself and know that one thing, the measurement that I usually do is I ask myself, like, if God were to come today, if Christ were to come back today, and it's today's judgment day, would I be able to stand on that judgment, table and be okay with with the decision that I'm making right now? And if my answer is yes, I'm okay with it, because it's not for them. Like they can't bring me peace. I have to find my own peace. So whatever I do has to be on me, right?
Yeah.
So, and then what I've found is, once I've come to terms with that, then I start seeing that person differently. So that the things that they usually did that just got me in the core no longer affects me anymore.
Yeah.
And with the boundaries, like, I have very limited time before I start losing myself. So I set a time limit on my exposure to that person, because I know how much I can take. And before the empathy part of me just starts like absorbing all the huffing and puffing and things like that just drains you. So that's what I do, is just being at peace with my decision of how I want to walk with this person. And then that way I don't expect anything from them. I stopped expecting things from people. I just hope.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that came to mind when you said boundaries was time for me. If a text message comes through or someone's calling, I know, like, that's going to be a lot of time. And do I have that time that I want to give?
Yep.
And the other one for me is energy. Like, I've either got to protect mine,
Yep.
or I'm going to give you little bits. Like, I know that I can give you a little, but then there's other people that I'm like, you're going to get it all. So time and energy for me.
Yeah, I do a lot of ignoring calls. I can't take that, but you can text me and let me know. Instagram memories will resurrect to, people you already buried in peace.
Oh, yes.
Do you
Say
guys have
that again.
So sometimes rejection is redirection. Closure is peace, slowing up after the block button. And then lastly, the rebuild and the real ones. What makes you instantly trust or distrust a new friend? I'll go with you, and then you can tell me what you're dealing with at work.
I think
in this day and age, just think about social media too.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you instantly like distrust someone?
body language and cues for me
Girl
is just like the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Your tone of voice. Are you being warm, open? Do you side eye me immediately? Like, that's like initially I'm
pick
like,
up
ooh,
the cues.
okay. I don't know.
Yeah. For me, it is usually, I feel like I have a good read on people.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm drawn to certain people. So if I feel like I'm drawn to someone,
Yeah.
I'll go in that direction. But she side-eyed me when I met her. So the fact that she made it through.
Joey side-eyed me. Hey,
Yeah, that's true.
like, who is
I'm
this?
still working on teaching them like proper social norms. No, because like sometimes when people do that, it's really hard because like we are taught to read body language, and it says like, what do they say? 90% of communication is body language. But watch, that one person who side-eyed us is having like the worst day.
Right.
So it's really hard. Like
I
trying
think,
to pick
I
those
think you can
puzzles.
still pick up on whether or not it's like intentional or whether they're going through something.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because you're like, if you really listen, you will know the difference. It's almost like your spirit will like identify it. I've had a conversation with where a client called and they had been having a hard time getting, an apartment. And he called and asked me what our criteria was. And I told him, and he's like, you know what, you're not going to take him when he just hangs up. And I was like, and then something tells me, call him back. And I could have just ignored the call and like just move on. But I called him back and I was like, hey, you didn't let me finish. So tell me your situation. So he tells me. And then something was like, yes, he is not perfect on paper, but go ahead and rent to him. Because I don't know, there was just something that spoke to me. So you can have that where someone is like being, even with my children now, when they're being like rude, I sometimes want to ask like, what's going on? What has changed? What's caused? Because that's a secondary emotion, right? So what's causing you to be rude?
What's the why behind
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, what's the why
Yeah.
behind
Connection,
that? Right.
redirection,
Yeah,
money.
yeah. Money. True. Venmo me, mom. But it's also picking up the cues without words that they're not using words for.
Yeah.
Well, who's a friend you're most grateful for right now? Me, of course. I'm just kidding. But like, if you can think about one of your friends, like who's a friend that you're most grateful for right now? And you don't have to say a name, but just like maybe just say how they make you feel, what they're doing, or either what you're doing for them or what they're doing for you.
For me, I have been in a season of feeling unseen and unheard. And that's very vulnerable to share. But,
Yeah.
we keep it real here.
Yeah, of course.
And
I'm looking like, what do you mean unseen? I see you, girl. Like what? Who is not seeing you today? Like,
so there has been someone in my circle that we have been friendly, and she has recognized things, maybe even signals that I was putting out that she was like, okay, there's a draw. She was drawn to me, and I appreciate that because she has done things for me in the last couple of months with words and actions. And I have said to her, so nice to be thought of. So nice that you think that of me, giving her back what maybe I needed to hear, which has taken our friendly to more of a friendship.
that's awesome.
Mine's similar, but it's one of those friendships that, we just kind of planted that seed. When I first moved into the neighborhood, I hadn't met those people in my community that will become my tribe. And now she's in this season where her kids are older and she is more aware of my situation. And she just randomly drops off food. And I'm like, what are you doing? Your son is home with 2 broken arms and you're here serving me.
Yeah.
And so it's another testament to like, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It's just not right now. And so, and also being okay with not being able to give back in the way that I want to, but know that there'll come a time when I get to be in her
Yes.
place. And I will make sure that that message is delivered.
Isn't that beautiful? Like you're being taught something right now for someone later. And that's what she's doing, is giving you that opportunity to see what it is. Like they don't have to ask, they don't have to call, you just show up. And that's the beautiful part. So you guys are amazing, and I'm glad to know you both. You are the Megans in my life. There's certain names that I remember when we were trying to name our daughter, And my husband came up with the name. I was like, absolutely not, because I had someone with that name in my childhood that was not nice to me.
Yeah.
So in my life, Megans are good.
I'll take it.
Why wasn't
I will not say the name in case someone has that name.
Naomi
And-
should have been Megan, right?
Right?
Not biblical by any means, but we can make it so.
We can make it. Okay, we're going to wrap up, but I just want to thank you both for being here and for having this well-needed conversation and just being my two Megans in my life that have two perspective of friendships with me right now, and just being willing to like give me your time and just have a conversation that hopefully will help someone out there that needs to hear whatever it is that we have to share. Every friend deserves a blank slate, not the residue of old pain. God never called us to isolation. He called us to discernment. So text a friend you miss. Forgive the one who hurt you. Celebrate the one who stayed. Friendship is sacred, messy, and worth the work. And if all else fails, take yourself out to lunch and call it networking with Jesus. This is the Broker's Table, where faith meets the facts of life. And we remind you, even when people walk out, God never leaves. Thank you for joining me at the Broker's Table. If today's conversation inspired you, please subscribe, share, and leave a review. I'm Esther Jackson-Stowell. Until next time, keep brokering faith, family, and freedom.